I got Aquariuses. Please, Capricorns, don't take anybody to bingo or a bridge club party or
bunco.
Well, bunco parties they used to at least get a little rowdy. I remember that.
Some white wine spritzers.
What?
Some white wine spritzers.
I don't even think our parents were drinking that during the bunco parties. I think they were just old school, just fucking getting to town. I think there was Franzi a box of wine, though. I remember there was a bunco party that, in Deerfield, because Deerfield, was a little crazier than Greentree. We had bigger houses, too. But bigger lots, nicer pools, more pools.
You didn't use them to your advantage because y'all were booted.
I think Deerfield was like one of before Northwood, it was like the spot. But I remember, I'll never forget, it was like a bunco party that really wasn't a bunco party for all the moms to go to. And next thing you know, there was like a stripper Santa. It was so funny. I was talking about stripper, fucking a strip poke or strip, not even strip poker. I was talking about strip bingo. I didn't even know if that exists or not. Maybe just get a twister out, but of course we're on Aquarius and we're going into all these fucking weird subjects. But it's just like, I remember my mom, and then they, it was like, what? Like, there's a Santa that's stripping at the bunco party,
Did Santa visit Esther for her birthday?
Oh, that stripper visited all the Deerfield moms that night, and they got it on video. You know what I mean? I remember I was like fucking 10 years old, and I saw that shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, fucking, it wasn't like crazy, but it wasn't the 90s. Deerfield was pretty wild. Those bunco parties were not like, they weren't about bunco. They were about fucking partying. Back in the day. All right, Aquarius, are you ready for a fucking party? You are the fucking wild and rebellious one. Let's see if you can be rebellious or not. You did get the 10 of Wands reversed. So, you got to remember that this is a card that says it's time to drop all the heavy weight. I just feel that, maybe you're working too hard, or maybe you're putting all this energy into a relationship or something where it's like, it's a bunch of weight and it's not what you want to hold anymore. And you know what? You can't be afraid to be an Aquarius and just drop it in order to open up to the happiness you really want. Remember, this is a full moon in Pisces. This is in your second house with the sun in your 8th house. So it's time to re-examine the things that you hold on to physically, is it really the dream, in order to receive what you really want in your reality. And with Venus that's in your 6th house, it's moving in your 7th house of relationships this weekend. So this is definitely about relationship situations that don't have a bunch of weight, or if you're single and in your personal life and you have a bunch of weight and you're like, well, I don't have time for a relationship. It's like, yeah, because you're just fucking straining yourself so much. It's like, maybe drop some things and let some love in. You got the World card, your own card, as your challenge. I would say that, the world of your relationship life right now is going through a major transformation, some sort of completion to a different world. There's a big switch up here, and the challenge is how to deal with that. Because something has to change. It's too heavy. It's not bringing you the ultimate happiness. It's like a long road that you're not even reaching where you want to go. Because at least the 10 of Wands, even though it's a lot of weight, it's like, a lot of the groceries and it's about to get that door. But with this reverse, it's like you're holding a lot of weight and you're not even close to the fucking door. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing this anymore? It's like, you can finally just drop all those groceries and be like, like, that's just what it was. The Hangman is your overall. Yeah, I feel that you feel very stuck. You don't know what to do overall. Very stuck, Aquarius. But you don't have to be, you're getting your insight when you feel stuck. We'll get deeper and see what that is. The shadow of the world that's changing for you is the mask. It's like, you can't wear the mask anymore that's holding you from the world that you want, or you're dealing with your partner who is more of a mask than the real world, that what it really is. Like, puts on a good mask of the world that it is, but it really is not. So it's like, I'll be honest, it's like somebody who, if you're in a partnership or you're thinking about a partner, it's like, either you're wearing the mask to say that your world's fine and everything, but you know there's something yearning there more. Or you're with a partner who's wearing the mask of the world that they sold you on, and it's really not that. There's something else going on deeper inside of them, and you don't know what to do, and you're holding a bunch of weight trying to understand. You feel stuck, and you got to get out of that. What's going on with this Ten of Wands reversed? You pulled the World card again, and this time it reversed. That, you know, your issue is that you've kind of gotten to a pattern right now of holding on to a bunch of dead weight, and it's not changing your world, and you want your world to change it. You're just like kind of holding the same energy and not willing to make a shift here. Remember, Uranus and Taurus is aspecting this full moon in your 4th house. So this is about rebellious and changing of emotions. And you got to let your emotions out of your true values. You can't just hold on to emotions and think that Uranus ain't going to pop them off and short circuit them if you just keep holding on to emotions of the values that you really want, but not actually doing anything about them. The reason why you got that Hangman card is you did get the Two of Wands in reverse. You don't know exactly where to go because, again, this is another holding of the world in reverse. You're stuck because you're holding a world that you don't want to be in. It's not the way that you want to. I think that a lot of Aquarians are hiding their real truth of the world that they really want. If they're in partnerships and if they're single, they're kind of in a world that they've kind of blocked themselves from the relationships that they want. The reason why that all of this is going down is Virgo. It's time to reanalyze and actually make the really beautiful life that you really want to have, to make change. It's about a change of reality. Virgo also happens to rule your 8th house of your deeper needs, wants, desires, and passions. So I would say that, you know, it's time for you to reanalyze your whole entire relationship and love situations here, and the ones that actually make sense and work in your reality, that bring you the edge, the passion, the desires that you want. Pretty simple, you know, but like you can't keep hiding this whole, oh yeah, the world's fine and the masquerade and oh God, like, you know, it's not going to work. You got so many world cards, and the Two of Wands is a world card in many ways. Like, it's the lower version of that. Man. And, oh, you dropped one. Uh-oh. What does that mean, Craig?
Uh-oh. You know, I'm thinking that it's maybe they're allowing the weight of the world that's kind of holding them down and keeping them stuck in one place. You know, it's okay. You have that partner. You have other individuals that will help you carry this weight, these burdens that you're bringing into these relationships. You need to release them. You need to let them out. You need to let that world just go roll on. Roll tide, as they like to say in the South.
We're gonna roll this last die here.
We're gonna roll it.
Is it dice or just die if it's one?
That one's just a die.
That's right. We're gonna roll this die.
Roll that D.
You got Jupiter in Capricorn in the 8th. Wow. Okay, so you know exactly the destiny and what your desires want, and you need to fill the open doors of that passion, of that intensity that you want to receive. But with Capricorn, you got to make a big boy, big girl decision here of what kind of destiny that your future looks like here. And are you getting all that you want, or are you just getting a little bit? Capricorn doesn't want, it wants the trophy. And in the 8th house with Jupiter, it's like, it's time to expand to only where the passion and the edge and it's going to take that trust of receiving that instead of blocking yourself. And cutting yourself off from the deeper needs that you want. It's time to open up those harder doors of truth, because Capricorn deals with the truth of, I'm going to take a risk of making a choice in order for the benefit with Jupiter to see if I'm going to receive what I really want.
Exactamundo. Remember, always, there's individuals out there that want to lend that helping hand to you. There's individuals that want to help you, but are you going to actually take that help? You know, it's okay when we get down a bit, but we have to learn to walk through it. We got to walk through that fire. Maybe we're going to burn our feet a little bit, but guess what? They're going to callus up over, and then we're going to have strength from that. But we do need help. Sometimes we do need help. Don't let the weight of the world just kind of keep you down and hold you into place, okay? Appreciate where you come from. I said a lot. Appreciate that struggle that you've been through. Appreciate that strength that you've built from that struggle and that truth that you figured out with inside yourself. Don't just let that world drag you down, let you go sinking. Oh, you're eating? I didn't notice that. Mm-hmm. Sinking. Let me reiterate that. Don't let it sink you down into the world. You got to chew it, that world up, and you got to swallow it, or you got to spit that shit out into the universe. Regardless, make sure you chew at least 20 times so that your saliva starts to break down the food in your mouth, and then it's easier to digest it.
Don't let me choke on this Cliff Bar. It's already dry enough. And by the way, we were talking about peanut butter earlier. It's literally a organic peanut butter.
Nice.
This is a limited edition one though.
Oh.
Because it's got Venus Williams on it.
She's quite a fucking talent.
Mm-hmm. Crunchy peanut butter. So
good.
Good.
But I don't crunch. I
Good.
don't want that shit.
Good.
Give me that crunch or give me death.
Good.